Welcome back. We're back. Another episode. KangzCouncil, episode 8. The podcast whose blade is always stellar. Yes, that was a penis joke.
Well, our career is over.
It don't matter. All right, so let's see. Introducing the co-host we got here. The first person wanting to wield an electricity spewing guitar. Despair?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that shit. That shit was cool. That shit was dope.
It was. Yeah, it was.
The man whose Sonic character is always packing a gun. Follow your dreams.
Yo, what's up, everyone?
You don't even like. You don't even like. Never mind.
We got
You're right.
Someone who may or may not be voice acting Godzilla in Dave the Diver. Cosmic.
Allow me to sing you the song of my people.
Unbelievable.
Someone who's already spent all of their money on upcoming RPGs. Kid Crazy.
Yep. 100% facts.
Shameless, I tell you. Shameless.
And your host whose direct is always erect. Super Freak.
Wow.
Yeah!
Yes, it is that night. Boys, we're starting off right with PlayStation Direct, or Showcase, I should say. Sorry, Direct is copyrighted by Nintendo. Nintendo ninjas don't come for me, I promise. How's state of play,
would
guys?
like to sue you.
Thoughts? We would like to play and then sue you.
That shit was a C.
Yeah.
See, you think so?
It was alright. Yeah, it was alright. I mean, it showed off a lot of things. It started off with what Helldivers 2, which we know is coming out next week. I mean, that looks interesting. I'll definitely try it out for multiplayer kind of thing. Then it went to Foam Stars, and that thing is coming too early.
Foam Stars is like next week, right? So
Yeah, it comes out next week, and it's free on PSN if you have.
Yeah.
So.
It's also next week. Despair is the only one out of us who played it. What did you think of the game?
It was dope. I feel like it's more than just people like, oh man, it's just Splatoon on PlayStation. But I'm like, yeah, it's a little bit more than that. I actually like it more than Splatoon. I just like the overall like aesthetic of the game. It's a good game. It's cool that it's gonna be free on PlayStation Plus though, because I feel like nobody will buy it. That's a game I wouldn't buy, but I would absolutely fucking play it if it's free. The only question I have is if Square is gonna support that shit. But they put out a roadmap of like their plans for like the future content leading into like the summer. So we'll see what happens after that, if the game even gets any traction. But I hope it does. It was fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
Square Enix's track record in terms of supporting games has been ass.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only thing really holding that game back, because the game looks fun. It has like a cool style to it.
I enjoyed it. It was cool.
Yeah. I mean, it looks cool, and then the characters look iconic and people gravitating. But
it can get hella sweaty though. That's the crazy shit. Like I can already see it's gonna be hella sweaty.
Like
me and Paul were playing that shit,
right?
and it was getting heated in that shit.
yeah.
That shit was hella fun.
Any kind of multiplayer shooter or something.
The
has
one
an
thing that I
aspect of
like
getting sweaty. Like look at what was that game that we played? The dodgeball game.
Oh yeah.
That got super sweaty, super fast, right?
Yeah,
Knockout City or something like that.
Knockout City.
Yes.
I remember the one thing I don't like about Splatoon is like the controls, and obviously it's Nintendo Online, so there's that. So having a game that's like that, I like Splatoon. Like I like the game, I just don't like everything else. Like I don't like the pieces of it. But this game, the controls are good. Obviously, it runs well. It's not hampered by a Switch, so it just feels like a Splatoon that's actually not ass. Okay, Splatoon's not ass, but you know what I mean. Like it actually. I want to play this. I don't like playing games like that on the Switch.
It's a tailored experience for the Switch.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And this could be much more as far as what they can do with it.
Yeah.
So,
And the other thing kind of holding it back is releasing in February, which is this month, which is a crappy month in general. Because there's a bunch of juggernauts literally.
I was thinking it was going to come out like this summer or something. That's like the perfect game to come out in the summer, but it is whatever. That's typical Square Enix putting shit out to die though, so I'm not surprised.
And And then after Foam Stars, we had it's like some VR game, Legendary Tales. I didn't really care for it. And then there was also another VR trailer for Metro Awakening.
looked
I don't know.
cool.
The VR segment of the show. I
It looked
mean,
cool.
they always it's obligatory at this point because otherwise, I mean,
I'm not gonna
already
shit on it.
forgotten about their VR.
Yeah, right.
seems,
I'm not
but-
gonna shit on it
Yeah,
because I like
No,
VR,
I mean-
right? But I just don't. I just don't
Yeah,
have one. So it's like, okay,
Yes.
it's hard for me to get excited because I don't have one.
yeah.
Like,
And not only
when I
that,
get
not
one,
only
I'll be
that,
like, oh shit. When I see stuff like this, yeah.
Yeah, but not only that, but it's just like I'm waiting for that one game to really blow my nuts off to even invest in a very expensive VR thing, whatever it is, right? And I feel like I haven't found that game that's like, you know what I mean? Like,
You know what I
I'm
feel like
yeah,
VR is
I
right
need to
now?
get this.
I feel like VR right now is if you buy it, you're just committing to a bunch of like smaller like experiences, right? So you're just gonna have like hundreds of games that last like an hour, and then that's it.
Yep.
That's your VR experience, right? Which reminds me of like the Wii when there wasn't like any AAA games going on the Wii. You had all that shovelware bullshit, right? Like so that's what reminds me of a bunch of shovelware games that I like. I don't want to disrespect the games, but I'm sure there's some great games. But it's like I haven't seen anything that makes me want to spend $500-$600 on that thing yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's the big thing. Like I've seen cool stuff. Like this Metro thing didn't look terrible at all, but I was just like, am I gonna shell out $600 for a VR thing on top of the game just to play that game? And
I would
the
buy
answer is
VR
no.
to play Resident Evil because, like, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna spend $500 on it. But and there's a mod for like Mirror's Edge, bro. Imagine playing Mirror's Edge in fucking VR. Like I would,
Ooh,
the fuck?
that's fun.
like,
It's not a bad idea.
That
but not
yeah, that's
$500
fun.
worth. Like,
Yeah.
So-
It's basically everything because the cost of entry is so high.
yeah, I'm gonna have to just
It-
buy one on a whim and just say fuck it,
Yeah.
just so I can have it when the course does come out. Like,
I initially bought my PSVR because there were two games that I thought to myself, I want to sit down and play this in VR. It was Resident Evil 7 and Gran Turismo Sport, right? That was they bundled it with Gran
two
Turismo
good
Sport.
VR games.
Right, two good VR games, and then the appeal to VR for me was, I don't know. At the time, it was a time where I was sitting with my wife, and like she could watch TV, I could have the headset on, and she could actually be watching TV while I'm playing games, right? Like, so
Yeah.
that kind of appealed to me. Even though I didn't use it. I ended up not using it that way. But that was something that I was just like, oh, that's an interesting ability. And then watching other media, like like the big screen TV, as far as like a VR headset goes, like some things like that.
you can do
right?
that?
But yeah, like you make it look like you're
'Cause
watching with
that's-
the big screen in a theater. That's
That
kind
would be more of a sell for me. Like the
Yeah.
Apple thing that's coming out is
Yeah.
I'm not gonna always care about playing games on it.
Yeah, it's consuming
So-
other media, the ability to consume other media on it, which is it's interesting, but like yeah, it was those two games that I waited on it, and I thought, yeah, well, there's a bundle that's lower cost that I can now buy it at like 3 something, I think it was, right? Because that price $500 for like PSVR, not to get too far off in a tangent, that is a high barrier to entry. It costs more than the console itself, so you need to buy the
Yeah.
console and the PSVR, and then on top of that, now you need to buy the software. There's just not software out right now that demands that kind of.
I want to be able to use it in like, I want like more utility out of it. Like if
It's,
it was
it's
like
proprietary
yeah.
nature by default as well. It's kind of sucks because like you can't really plug it into a PC and use it for other things as well, right?
Yeah.
Like people are gonna mod it and hack it, but it should be open source kind of.
Yeah, and the other thing is, I don't think one game can sell me on VR. I think it needs to be like 5-6 games or something at the least that are like super godlike for me to be like, yeah.
It
I'm
does
making this
because
one.
there was one game that I wanted, and I was super hyped, and I was like, yeah, I might get VR for the Valkyrie, and then I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna. This is back when they were like $800 and shit, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna buy that just to have it collect dust
Exactly.
after playing one game for like 3 hours. Yeah.
Yo, freak. So I imagine like if you did try that thing where you tried VR with the wife, and then you just like she's like collateral damage because you're doing something in the game.
She used to sit far away on the other side of the couch when I would use it. But she actually watched me play like a couple of things. She was like they come with like a demo with like PlayStation VR World, and like you like go down inside a shark cage in the ocean. And I was like, oh, this is kind of crazy.
Wait, didn't she play one?
Yeah, she did. She nearly like choked on stream because she got
Jeez.
She was scared. She got scared during a horror game.
I want a game that's
gotcha.
like fucking. You know what I want to play in fucking VR, man? That
What?
Indiana Jones game. That's what I want to play in VR.
Oh, that would be
Yeah.
cool.
Like-
that would actually be godly.
Yeah.
I don't
want
think they would
them-
have
that
to
would
do
be-
much to change the game.
Yeah, I want an immersive ass game.
Any first
Like
person
that
game
in
could be
VR.
like it could be tailored for like VR. They definitely need to make changes depending
Yeah.
on how they want it to control. Like Resident Evil is
Right.
kind of like it was built from the ground up, Resident Evil 7 to be a VR game, right?
Mhm.
And then they like just tailor like other first person shooter games into like a VR. But what I don't like that they do is they make like a VR experience and it's like not a full game.
Not
You
a
know,
full
like,
game, yeah.
Like Doom VR. Like I played that and I was just like, this is all right, but it's not a game, you know, or it doesn't feel like a full game.
Bro, imagine solving those
Yeah.
first person puzzles and shit in VR.
Yeah, I know.
Like that'd be godlike.
Like to me, VR is the next step evolution in terms of first person FPS games. But
Yeah.
it's just we're not quite there yet, or the point of entry is just too.
I don't know. This AR shit kind of godlike. We might
It's
just
good,
skip. We
it's
might,
good.
we might skip VR and just.
Wait, what's the
adopt
difference
AR.
between AR and VR? What's the difference?
Augmented
it-
reality doesn't necessarily need a headset on your freaking face.
It's just like a room. Like it's like a room that's
You can have like
basically?
glasses. It's just like seeing you can see the objects from the game in your environment, right? Like so the easiest example,
It's like
the
a holodeck,
example that
bro.
I love the most is like Yu-Gi-Oh. Like if
Yeah.
they put the
Yo.
cards on the thing and you see the monsters
Yeah,
pop up in front of them.
yeah.
Like that. Like that's what it would be. Like.
Bruh, look, the
think holodeck.
Yu-Gi-Oh company needs to jump on that shit because
Konami is-
even I'm not like a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, but like if something like that came out, I would hella just get it.
We all know
'Cause
Konami's
it's
not
cool.
on the ball. They're busy making
Yeah,
money
Konami
on
is-
pachinko games because if
yeah,
you look
get-
at
Let's not even get
Silent
started
Hill,
with them. Let's not even
we can
get
get started with them a little
Wait. All right, so
Wait,
next
wait.
was Zenless Zone Zero, which is the
Zenless Zone Zero, yeah, Triple Z.
the
Resident
the
Sleeper.
Hoyoverse newest game.
No, let me stop.
Yeah.
It's coming out. It's a thing. People are gonna buy it, and it's gonna make
Yeah,
money.
people are gonna crack out on it. I'm sure it'll be fun.
Yeah. And then after was Dave the Diver DLC, and it's doing a collaboration with Godzilla, and that shit was actually kind of hype. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know
Yeah.
anything about Dave the Diver, but
Me neither.
like when the whole Godzilla thing came out, I was like, especially after coming off
Yeah, I looked
watching,
away, and then I saw it. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, and then especially after having like Godzilla -1 in the back of my mind because it was the last movie I saw, and also probably one of the better movies of 2023. No
Yeah.
offense.
I want
like-
more Godzilla shit, man.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Did we get a game? That's good. Imagine.
Yo, let me.
Oh,
Oh man, they should do another. Was it Godzilla All Monsters? Man, you remember
Didn't
that?
they do that? I think they did one.
wasn't it like an arena, not an arena fighter, but like it was like
yeah.
yeah.
didn't
That
they
shit was
just drop
dope.
one
Like-
recently or something like that?
Really?
I don't. Did it?
I don't know.
I don't
remember.
Something about Godzilla being in one of those.
I remember
games.
playing the Godzilla game on PS2. It was fire.
Oh my god,
I never. Played
remember
that
what it
one,
was.
actually.
all monsters.
It was
something like
fire.
that?
Yeah, it was something where you were just fighting all of them, and it was. I was like, damn, this is the best game ever.
Destroy all monsters.
Destroy all monsters.
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's the only game I can think of that was Godzilla wise. that was pretty fun. And then what is it? Oh, this was something you were interested in. Despair V Rising is coming in PlayStation
Oh, yeah, it
5
looks cool.
sometime
Yeah,
this
yeah.
year.
Yeah,
it
that game's
kinda
been in
looks
early
like-
access for a long time
Yeah,
on
it game's been in
PC.
early access for a long. It's already been like, it was one of those games like Hades, right, where it got like a lot of notoriety and people were playing it and they're like, oh, this game's dope, but it's like early
Yeah.
access, so now it's getting like its full console release.
Yeah, it looks fire.
Yeah, it looks.
Like it's something
Nice.
that's always been like I've been interested in it, but I didn't really know what the hell it was. But so seeing that actually, I went and bought it on Steam.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it kind of had
Sony.
like it kind of had like a Diablo feel to it, right, or
Yeah.
something like that. And then it had like it's like vampire, but I don't know. It wasn't. It was cool. It was cool looking. It was definitely cool looking. And then after that, I guess it's BioShock's newest game, Judas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Looks cool. I need to see more
And
like
Levine's new project. Right?
I need to see more focused gameplay, not like cuts between shit over and over again. Like I don't like trailers like that. I want a trailer
they
where I
always
know
do-
what the hell's going on.
Like they always do like the fast paced cuts, and it's just
Yeah.
like you can't even tell what the game. Like you can tell it's the first person. You can tell it's Bioshock because it's very distinguished of how they make games, like their graphics and stuff and their artwork. It's very like it's like oh man, that's a Bioshock game. But I'm not necessarily a huge fan of Bioshock games, but I don't know. It looks good, but yeah, I can't wait to see more. See what comes out. Hopefully it.
Yeah, I just want to see the actual game.
Covers me intrigued.
Trailers
Yeah.
don't do shit for me anymore, unless they're like
No.
really good, which is very rare nowadays.
Right, and then especially when especially it wasn't that long ago where every single company was trying to pull the wool over your eyes in terms of trailers. And then like the game comes out, and then it comes out super low quality. It's like, well, look, how would you invest all that money into the trailers, but you don't invest that into the game? To me, this
Ubisoft.
feels like.
Yep.
Well, yep. But I mean, I'm not gonna shit on Ubisoft because lately they've been releasing good quality games.
Oh, no, I'm always gonna show you.
So-
So
No,
they could be making the best
this was
games ever. I'm
back
still
in
gonna shit
their-
on them.
This was back when they were trailer gate, like literally every trailer.
Oh yeah, they were definitely the worst offenders of that.
Yeah,
But,
shout out to Watch Dogs.
Oh man,
Watch Dogs,
That-
Rainbow Six Siege,
why did they
Rainbow
do
Six,
that,
yeah.
dude?
The Division.
Division. Yep.
So
List goes on.
Freak, actually, I want to know your thoughts because you actually did play this. Silent Hill: The Short Message was like this free game they just dropped like during the state of play, to play. So you played the
That
game.
shit was garbage. Just kidding. I didn't play it.
What you think?
I think it was interesting. I don't know what their plans are. I don't, because this was like the first time they brought this up, right? This was because they said that they were working on Silent Hill 2 remake, right? And then
They
another
announced
Silent
this.
Hill
Yeah, this is
project,
the one that
right?
they announced.
So this is that second
I think
Silent
this
Hill
is
project
tied
that they were
to
working
it though.
on, right?
I don't think this is the
Yeah.
full thing. I think this is tied to whatever else the other
That's
thing is.
But that's what I guess we don't know yet.
Mhm.
Are they going to? Because when you
No
play
idea.
through this, it kind of feels like it's its own little side
This is it?
thing, right? And
Yeah.
it felt like it was it, right? Without spoiling anything, it's a short experience, like maybe 2 to 3 hours or something like that, depending on how you play through it. I thought it was interesting. What it feels like to me, though, in retrospect, is them just trying to make use of the assets they've had on hand for so long with PT. Because there's
Not
literally
a
a
bad
section of the game or the experience or whatever you want to call it that is literally the PT house, and you go through that not the same loop from the PT demo, but it's just kind of like they're bringing it back, right? So it's that
Good.
and a couple of other things, and it felt as far as what it was for what it was, it was cool. It was free, so I mean you can't really complain. It was no barrier to pay, so if you want to download it, try it out. I thought it's definitely worth a playthrough. Like it's interesting, and it's a little spook fest if you like playing spooky games. You like getting spooked, hop in there. But-
Yeah.
I'm gonna try. It.
Hopefully this speaks to something bigger. Like this is kind of like an intro, quote unquote, to like whatever other Silent Hill game they were making.
Mhm.
And then before they showed off the other one, I think they showed off Sonic X Shadow Generations announced, which is basically just a remaster of
Remastered Sonic Generations, yeah, with extra shadow shit. Cool.
Yeah, so yeah,
Not much
it
to talk
has-
about. That game
not
is
much
how
to
many
talk
years old?
about. A billion years old.
It's gotta be over a decade at this point, right?
It's a decade. It's at least
Yeah.
a decade. So yeah, it's a good game. If you never played Sonic Generations, it's definitely one of the better ones during the dark ages of Sonic.
Yeah.
And then now you can play as Shadow if you're
Hopefully.
one of those people who are super fan of.
Hopefully that's what it is.
I mean, that's what they're teasing. I
Yeah,
don't
that's what they.
know.
Yeah, they Sega teases a lot. We'll see. Hopefully that's what it is,
Right.
and not like 3 stages or some shit.
Right. And then after they showed another trailer for Dragon Dogma 2.
I looked away. I had no idea what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
No need to see any more for that game.
Mm-hmm.
Looks great. Gonna get the game.
Mhm.
They showed off something. If you're still interested in seeing the game, check out the trailer. I think it was basically just showing a trailer of mixing classes. I
Yeah.
believe that was kind of the gist of it, which was cool. It was cool shit. Looking forward to that game. Comes out in a month. Oh yeah, so we should probably just talk about this. I forgot. One of the first games they introduced was Stellar Blade.
I wasn't
So
talking
how's
about
the
it yet. I
game?
thought we were saving that. But go ahead, yeah. I thought we were saving. I thought we were specifically
are we
saving
not-
that
you
shit.
wanna say it?
Are we not talking
Wait,
about
what
the
was it?
Silent
Never
Hill
mind.
2 remake?
Yeah, we're gonna
Well,
talk
I
about
was gonna
mean
get,
You're doing it in order, right?
Well,
Of what they
I
showed or
mean,
something? or
according to
whatever?
the article, but yeah,
Oh,
I mean, it seems a little mixed out because I think they
It
showed
is,
Silent
yeah.
Hill 2.
They
Yeah,
show
Silent Hill
Stellar
2 was
playing
right after
Silent
Silent
Hill 2.
All right, let's just talk about Silent Hill 2 right now then.
Ass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looked terrible. Okay, so let me be more specific other than being general, right? So the graphics look super up to date. However,
No, they don't.
the sound, well, it looks
That's being
better than
generous.
what it was. Is it?
Yes. That's being very generous.
let's just say it's no RE2
Let's just
remake.
okay. You know what? I'll take that back because it was a compressed stream, right? But it didn't look too good to me. It didn't look too good. I don't know.
I mean, the graphics wasn't like
Because you know you know
Okay.
exactly what the fuck people are gonna directly compare this to, and it did not look like
Alan
RE2
Wake
remake.
2
No,
or Alan Wake
Because,
2.
like
RE2
RE, yeah.
remake?
I don't think they're gonna. Nah, it's gonna be RE2 remake. Like,
Right.
and it
No,
looked
it
nothing
looked nothing. It looked nothing like RE2 remake. But also, like, in terms of survival horror, like, it felt a little bit beyond a remaster than like a remake. You know what I mean? Like, it felt a little bit, but not quite a 100% remake. But I don't know. The sound design just seemed really off. The gunshots seemed kind of lame. It just felt, I don't know.
Gunshot sounds squishy. It was like,
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. That was the first thing that stood out to me. I was like, he pulled the shotgun out. I was like, what the fuck is that? A toy? Like, and then the pussy, he was like, psh, 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 psh. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't know, man. I guess that's like a superficial thing, but nah. That's the coolest thing about the RE. When you pick up the RE shotgun and you shoot that shit, doof. Like,
yeah.
come on, bro.
Sound design is always important.
Okay, so
Especially in a horror game. Like,
yeah, especially for horror, because horror games usually get nominated for sound design.
Mhm.
Usually, because it's for
gotta
obvious
create that
reasons.
atmosphere, man.
Now, did anyone play the original Silent Hill 2?
I did. I don't remember.
I
though.
did.
I was like 12.
I did not. So this is a
Yeah,
new
yeah.
experience for me.
I didn't. I've seen it, a little bit of it. I played it. I watched Guy
I played a
Manley
few of
play a
them.
little bit of it, but personally, I don't know. It just whatever. I don't know. It doesn't seem like they were improved it enough, or I don't know. But then again, I'm not really a diehard Silent Hill fan. I really want to get their opinion on
They
it.
didn't really
To
show
me,
enough to come to
Yeah.
any conclusions. So all I know is
Yeah.
it looks rough. I'm not gonna speak to like the game as a whole because I don't know,
right?
and I don't even think that's
Right.
coming out anytime soon.
We don't even know if it's going to be like one for one the game, or they're going to change it. Like
We don't even know if
a
it's
little
coming out
bit.
this year or next year. It's probably gonna be next year because it looks like it's
They
needs more
didn't. They
work.
didn't say anything.
Yeah.
They
Which
didn't
means it's
say
probably
anything,
coming
and
out
I
next
think
year.
they did that on purpose because I think they
Mhm.
wanted to get like reception to it, and depending on that. So
Well,
I guess we're
Konami, that
not
shit
gonna
don't
see
look good, bro. Take that shit back to the drawing board. 'Cause that shit does not look. Let me not say it. Okay, I'm not gonna say it doesn't look good. It doesn't look like I didn't get any wow from that. When I
No,
saw
no,
RE2
definitely.
remake, when I saw RE3 remake, despite how people feel about RE3, when I saw RE4 remake, I was like, oh shit, these look amazing. Like,
Right.
I did not get that from this. And
No.
that initial Silent Hill 2 remake teaser looked great to me. And
Yeah,
then
it did.
this, I don't know what the fuck this is, but whatever. They didn't show enough. It was another one of those trailers that they were just cutting left and right, and I was like, okay, I don't know what the fuck's happening here.
Mhm.
But they do that shit
Alright,
on purpose
so-
because they don't want you to see what the fuck. They don't want you to see the game looks like ass. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know,
But then
whatever.
there were certain gameplay moments where it's just like,
not making these
shit.
shitty trailers. Like, can we go back to having focused trailers? Like, instead of having just cut. Let's show everything about the game. Let's show every feature in like 2 seconds. Like, that shit's garbage.
Yeah.
This doesn't
So
drive
then,
any interest.
Right. So yeah, hopefully it gets better throughout time. But yeah, if you guys need more time to work on the game. Don't release the game half-ass. Cause
That's Konami. The Kings are half-ass, so you know how that's gonna go.
yeah. So this was funny because while I was reacting to it, Despair was here. Until Dawn Remaster is coming to PS5 and PSC. So I was
cool.
watching this trailer and I was just like, man, it kind of looks like.
Is it
what's
PC?
that game?
I think
yes,
so.
PC.
It did? Okay, cool.
Yes.
I'll play it now. Let's go.
Yeah,
I think I already have it on. Yes, whatever. I don't care. I did want to play it.
Sick game. If you
Yeah,
guys haven't
yeah.
played it, that
Yeah, I heard
was
it's fire.
a really,
It's
really good
decent.
game. And what's it called?
I just didn't want to play it on PS4.
Supermassive Games. Yeah, Supermassive
Mhm.
Games. Like, I honestly feel like they just haven't made like they've continued to make games like that, and none of them have just like hit like Until Dawn. You know, like they haven't quite had this. I know Man of Medan, a lot of people play that. I didn't play it, but like I know a lot of people play it. And it was just kind of like all of the games that come out is usually like, hey, it's just not as good as Until Dawn, right? It's cool, like a B horror play. Like it's really good. I
still need to play Detroit Become Human. That's what I need to play.
I thought you beat that.
I didn't finish it. I never finished it.
Oh, okay, you played it though. Which one was the one? You know which one I didn't play? What was it? The Ellen Page one? Which one?
Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah, Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah, I didn't play that one.
God, Dragon's Dogma was on the screen. All right. Anyway, sorry.
All right.
Looking away from
all right. So, there's only two other things really to talk about. So I'm gonna talk about Rise of the Ronin. If you guys disagree, don't disagree.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. All right. So, Team Ninja released a trailer on Rise of the Ronin, and I don't know, a lot of people were kind of complaining about the but like weren't paying attention to the gameplay. The gameplay looked sick.
Were they really?
Dude.
People were complaining about the graphics.
You brought it up.
Yeah, but that wasn't in the chat. That was in the fucking Twitch chat. Like, come on, that doesn't count.
Okay.
Yeah.
But basically the game, I don't know, the game plays.
Yeah, that game looks fire.
Looks fire because it's like an open world Sekiro kind of ninja with samurai.
It's like the natural progression of their games, right? If you play Neo 1, Neo 2, Wolong, whatever, this feels like this is like the next, step forward for their type of game. And they've been pretty good at it. Like Neo 1 and 2 are good, Wolong is good, so I'm expecting this to be good. So we'll see.
And
it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
It looked good. It looked fun to play. The only issue that I have with it comes out the same day.
Dragon's Dogma, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You already know which one I'm playing.
Like if you had to put a gun in my head, I mean, it's gonna be a very easy answer for me.
Yeah.
But like if the summer's dry this year, then it's something definitely to go to. But yeah, it looked cool. And then for it to be, because it's kind of like I don't know the time period of it, but for the time period for like an open world game,
Feudal Japan,
they kind of worked on the traversal pretty well, where it feels like, oh, that's kind of cool to get around and because like,
shout outs to the inspiration. Shout outs to the Tenchu inspirations, man. Sekiro and now this Tenchu living on, man. Rest in peace.
Wait, where is Tenchu owned by? Is it still owned by From Software still?
I'm pretty sure.
Yo, they should bring that back, bro.
Let's see.
I don't know. Tenchu. I tried to type in Tenchu.
Guys, I get the HDMI.
We got
Activision?
we got like Activision, From Software, Acquire. It's like all over.
Wow, Acquire.
Who currently holds it though? Because I think that
the last game, Tenchu Shadow Assassins, was developed by Acquire and published by both Ubisoft and From Software, respectively.
Okay, so Acquire is the developer. Guessing.
Or at least for that game anyway. Before that, it was Shadow Assault Tenchu in 2008 was also From Software.
Look, I would say we're never gonna get Tenchu, but we're probably just gonna get Sekiro 2 instead of a Tenchu.
Purchased the rights to this game from Sony. Activision
Wait,
sold the rights to the Japanese game publisher From Software in 2004. I'm looking at the history to see who actually
so basically
has
we're
the
never gonna
rights
get Tenchu
now.
again. We're just gonna get it through Sekiro 2 or whatever, which is fine because Sekiro is godlike.
Yeah. So, cool game. And then I think this is where we start talking about Stellar Blade because
game looks fire. That's all. I don't know what the fuck. Like, game looks great. People are going crazy because of the cheeks, and I'm like, yes, rightfully so. The characters look great.
Yes.
Character models look phenomenal.
Cheeks.
The gameplay looks fun. Like,
cheeks aside.
yeah.
Well,
people saying this is Koreanetta. Like,
so like people say that like it's a bad thing.
Yeah, Korean near.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Korean near.
So?
Godlike, bro.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't like was the English voice acting. So I'm probably.
But I don't think anyone's playing this game in English.
No,
I mean, I'm sure there will be those.
There's gonna be some people.
Yeah, of course, but I'm definitely not.
But the thing is, I don't understand the take with the British accents. I don't understand. Like,
look, we know you. Look, you just have like a thing. Okay?
Yes,
look, we know.
I know.
But he has a point though, as far as the game's aesthetic goes. Why is it?
It doesn't make sense at all.
It doesn't.
You're
make
right.
sense, right?
It does,
right.
that's all I'm saying.
It
Yes, I do have biasm against that, but this is that.
It makes zero sense. Yeah. But I'm gonna play that shit in Korean. I'm straight.
Yeah,
I'm good.
without thinking about it too hard, most people are gonna play on mute with one hand.
True.
By the
Gotta
way,
find me those
okay,
mods day one.
yo,
Well,
aside from the
fuck, when it comes out on
booty,
PC.
the booty polygons, the hair stuff.
Yeah, everything looks cool. The game is very well animated too. Like the combat looks fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they showed off a lot of gameplay for this trailer too, more so than because before it
Yeah.
was just usually like cuts here and there, but then here they kind of showed like
When does that shit
here's what
drop?
you can do.
April?
April 26th.
Woo!
Yes,
God.
it's a month after
soon.
Dragon Dharma, something like that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to block this game on my on my Twitter, and then
Just wait
wait
a
a whole
fucking
year
PS5.
for it to come out on PC.
PS5. No PC. I mean.
Dude, you're the one who told me to wait for the PS5 Pro. We don't know when that shit's coming out.
Probably dropping at the end of this year.
Nah,
You'll be alright, bro. You'll be okay.
Nah, I'm hurting, bro. I'm hurting.
You'll be
Because
alright. When you get your PS5,
not gonna-
you'll have 80 million
I'm not gonna
games
be able to
play.
play Final Fantasy, and I'm not gonna be able to play
Damn.
Stellar Blade.
Bro, you should just get it now. Then just.
I'm gonna be in here spoiling FF like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
Let's
you might as well try and find
no,
a bundle.
the
I'm
that's
gonna be
on
like, hey,
sale.
Paula, what you think about that FF7
No,
Rebirth?
Try
No,
and get
but the
that
thing
bundle
is-
on
Wait, nah, let me
sale
stop.
now, bro.
Yeah,
Get
but
a
the
bundle
thing
on
is-
sale.
I'm
You got
joking, I would do that.
Spider-Man 2,
Look,
you got
look,
Final Fantasy 7.
But here's the thing: you can't really spoil that game to me because I already.
I wouldn't
know
do it anyway.
Final
Fuck
Fantasy
that.
7.
I would
But,
kill
like,
somebody if they did that shit to me.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, but we
Ain't
all
no
know the
Ayo.
beats.
I'm dead serious.
But yeah, no, it looks like a cool action game, fun to look at. It's great. I'll probably play it in a different language, but other than that, yeah, I'm ready to play it. Well, a year from now. But
I'm just
everyone
glad
else
it's
can
a
enjoy it
real
at April
game.
26th.
Right?
Glad it's
Yeah, I'm
actually
glad
a
it's
real
actually
game
coming
and
out
it's
because all these
actually
other
coming
games
out.
that they showed that look cool. Actually,
And-
wait a minute. I
And
just
all
remembered
the
something.
gameplay they showed looked actually decent. Like,
What
'cause
was
that's
that
the thing.
game?
They hadn't shown gameplay. They just showed like in-game stuff, right? Now
No, they
actually
showed
show, like-
gameplay.
no,
They
but like
showed
not
gameplay,
like
but like
not like with HUDs and stuff like that. Where
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
like, see-
yeah, yeah,
It's just
of
been all
course.
like tailored for trailer gameplay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You never know. You never know with that stuff. So now it looks like you're actually seeing somebody play the game. It looks sick.
what's that game again? Fucking what's the other game that we saw and we were like it didn't look real? What is it like? Whoa, what's the game? Oh.
Let me take a look. Let's see.
What, the Goku game?
Yeah. What's the name of the game again?
Yo, Kaiser, help me out.
Wait, what you were talking about?
Hold on.
the
It's their Journey to the West
the
game,
Journey to the
right?
West game. The Journey to the West game.
Wolong?
Not Wolong.
No. It's something similar.
Sorry,
It's similar. It's similar, but it's not quite. It's by the Chinese developers, right?
Black Myth Wukong. That's what it is.
Black
Yes!
Myth
The
Wukong,
Wukong.
yeah.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
I thought that
Bro,
was
isn't
looking
that
fun.
coming out? Didn't they give that a release date too? Like this summer or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh man, the
this
fact that
year.
that game has a release date is insane.
Yeah.
Because I
It's
never thought that
releasing-
game was real.
August
Like-
20th is his release.
Yeah, I never thought that game was real. So the fact
thought
that
that-
that even
yeah.
exists is
I thought it was a
crazy.
Kickstarter scam of some kind.
Oh no,
Yeah,
The day
it
before.
looked too. That game
It
looked
looked
too
too
good. Where
good.
people
bro. Yeah.
were like, "Yeah, I don't know about this." They're pulling.
But now that I'm
Ubisoft
seeing
on
how
us.
Unreal Engine 5 and shit looks, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. That's actually that's godlike.
Yeah.
Like after playing, especially fucking Tekken 8 story mode, I was like, damn, this is Unreal Engine 5. Damn.
Yeah,
Boy.
Unreal Engine 5 is actually
Yeah, that's just
looking
insane.
real good in practice, right? Like all those videos didn't
Well-
kind of do it justice.
Yeah.
I mean, especially since when developers start to get more experience with it and really start to go in, and
Yeah, we're at that point in the
optimize.
generation where we start seeing the games look better. And people
Right.
actually start taking
Thankfully.
advantage of shit. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But that also means we're getting 60 with 30 FPS.
Yep, that means the
games
consoles are
instead,
going to be
you know?
absolute shit. Yep. Yep.
Fine.
It's about that time for PS5 Pro.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely. So, the only other thing to talk about in terms of the state of play is the
The
age
state
of
of
Kojima.
The
Oh,
Kojima
Lord.
block, baby. My personal favorite slurp time of the state of play. Oh
Unbelievable.
man, only Kojima,
So-
man.
So, I guess we should start with the obvious.
We got
Death
14
Stranding
games
2.
plus Kojima. Great.
Plus Kojima. Death Stranding 2. Like, okay, so for me, I'm not a huge fan of Death Stranding 2, but I'm a huge Kojima fan. But Death Stranding 1 just didn't look appetizing to me from a gameplay perspective for me to like really get into.
Thank you for reminding me. I'm going to download that now.
Yeah, I've been meaning to play it actually.
Yeah. So, but Kojima is such a good storyteller in terms of cinematics and cutscenes and stuff like that. That like Death Stranding 2, from a graphical perspective, from like a character perspective, detail perspective, graphics, like it looks so enticing that you want to play. And then I wake up and I remember
that's the problem, bro. I hate how good he is at making things look good. And I'm sure the game is good, but I haven't. But it's one of those games, like I said when we were watching it, like it's one of those games that I can't take people's word for. Like I have to play it. Like I can't watch it. I'm just gonna try it
yourself.
Yeah.
Like you can't just like
because
watch them.
I am a huge fan of like those types of games where it's like you don't have to be shooting shit every 2 seconds. It doesn't have to be fucking fighting every 2 seconds or whatever. I do like the atmospheric type. Like I do like Journey's one of my favorite games. Right? You're not doing anything in that game. Like so. People are like, yeah, Amazon delivery, whatever. I'm like, I mean,
listen,
if the environments look cool,
weirdo, right?
Yeah, if the environments look cool and it's atmospheric and it's immersive and it feels like, immersive to play. Yeah, like that's what I got from this Death Stranding 2 trailer. It was like, I was like, damn, some of these environments look crazy. Some of this shit like looks like it would just be fun just to roam around it. You know what I mean? Like
one thing that Kojima's always done well, aside from his hour-long cinematics, is just immersive,
which this game has.
Yeah, which this game has in spades apparently, because people really like the story of the first game. From what I'm hearing, like when they play it, they said the further you get into it, the better it gets with everything, because you're just confused, right? But one thing that Kojima's really good at is that just immersiveness and having you feel the part of the character you're playing. And I think people see the gameplay and they're like, sure, like Amazon delivery, man. But like, I think like feeling the character's stress, feeling the character's psychological state, Kojima's really good at. And it even had a meter in Metal Gear Solid 4. You had a stress meter, and you was stressed. You was definitely stressed in some of those situations there, where you're trying to manage your stress. You're trying to manage everything, right? Like so,
because you old.
Didn't he like smoke and his stress would go up or some shit, or it would go down?
I think you smoke, your stress would go down, but you would cough and be alerting, and your health would also drop.
That was so fucking funny.
And you could listen to music on your iPod in game and actually lower your stress, and look at porn too.
Yeah,
all those things lowered your stress.
Excellent.
I mean, they do it in real life too, so it's realistic, right?
Yeah.
Excellent.
But this game definitely
Cosmic's favorite pastime.
Interesting characters, such as the one was it looked like some Joker looking guy with the fucking chainsaw.
Troy Baker's
that shit looks fire. Like, and then it reminded me of how dope fucking Kojima's cutscenes always are. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna play the game. Yeah. Like this dude is like a master at fucking his cutscenes in games. Like there's no game that I can think of that tops like Metal Gear Solid 4 or 5.
Cinematic storytelling,
all of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I don't know why I'm excluding them. They're all fucking bro. Metal Gear Solid 3 was one of my favorite games for that. Like that was one of the, I don't want to say one of the first, because obviously 1 and 2 had it, but 3 was the first game for me where I was like, wow, this shit is genius.
3 was when he took the leap where it's like, yeah, this is like a 1960s espionage Bond type movie. Like he really went full movie cinematic. Right. That was great.
I was like, wow, okay.
And that Snake Eater song.
Of course.
Yeah.
The opening song. Pure Bond.
So yeah, I mean, it looks interesting. There's obviously a lot of stuff, and then I don't really understand all the context of it because I didn't really play Death Stranding 1, but it looks enticing for sure. And then so that's coming out. Did they say release date? I don't think they did. I don't
remember.
If they have a release date for it yet.
I don't think they have a release. 2025. No.
Oh yeah. That's what they say. Yeah.
2025.
And I was like, typical Kojima.
Yeah, but the other thing is that Hideo Kojima, along with PlayStation, because they put a knife to his throat, is making a new action espionage game. So something in the tail of Metal Gear or something like that.
I don't think they put a knife to his throat. I think that they got on their hands and knees. That's what I think. I don't think Sony. Look,
you-
Sony probably desperate for that motherfucker to make a new Metal Gear
They
like
pro-
thing type of thing.
They're probably giving him like $2 billion.
Yeah, right. I think they were on their hands and knees at Kojima's doorstep, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, they're like, Kojima, look, listen, this Death Stranding thing is cool, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna need
Kojima's
you
like, I don't need y'all. Y'all need me. That's what he was saying.
They
Like-
let this motherfucker fly in whoever he wants to fucking
Yep.
scan them and put them in his video game. Look
You
at
heard the dude. You heard the dude. Like he was like, "We're gonna help you whichever way we can, Kojima. Don't worry." What was he saying? Yeah, we gotta pull that back
Yeah,
up later.
bro.
Because he was saying some crazy. I was like, "Damn, the Slurpee is just crazy right now." Like,
but the thing is, I don't hate on that guy because
I don't
I
blame
also
him.
want.
Yeah.
I want a new action espionage game from Hideo Kojima.
I don't blame him
It
at
doesn't
all.
have to-
like,
Because, and here's the thing with that, because that game is coming out, say 2030 at the earliest.
wait, hold on, pause.
Right?
Didn't the majority of the team he was working on at Konami? Didn't they go with him? I think they did, right?
think there
I'm
were
not sure. A couple of the,
I think
quite
a
a few
couple of the-
people that
yeah,
did.
I think like
A
the key
couple of
heads
them.
went with him. Like,
Yeah.
so that'd be dope,
A
man.
coup-
I'm with it.
yeah.
Do you remember?
That's what I'm
Sorry,
saying.
this is way off topic, but do you remember that there was like a letter that was written by Konami devs on the release of, or after the release of Metal Gear Solid 5, maybe when like Survive was announced or something like that?
Mhm.
That if you look at the
Ew.
letter and the first like letter from each sentence in the letter, they put something like Kojima was right or some shit, some
Yeah,
wild
that's
shit.
crazy,
It was
man.
some crazy shit. I can't remember what it was, but it was.
I
Some,
mean,
like,
the crazy
hidden
part
message.
is, man, Kojima was like in the gaming sphere. Kojima was basically like the face of Konami for like games, right? Because what other games? Don't get me wrong, they had Castlevania, they had all these other games, like right, but they have abandoned those games. So Metal Gear was like their thing.
I got it.
Right?
It says if you take the first letter of each of the last names on that page, it spells out
Mhm.
KJP forever, which could be interpreted
Oh,
as Kojima
shit.
Productions forever.
Crazy. That's actually sick.
Yeah, that was for the
Damn.
Metal Gear Survive dev, right? It was a hidden message. Ugh.
I feel
Yeah,
like
it's-
I want this because I feel like Metal Gear Solid 5, I think, kind of suffered a little bit because of the things that were going on between him and like Konami at the time.
Well, the game was
personally-
unfinished. They didn't
Yeah,
let him
yeah.
finish the game.
Yeah, you can
Metal
tell
Gear
that's not what
Legacy is
he
tainted
wanted
forever
fully.
because of
Yeah. Yep. So you could tell that's not what he wanted. So I want a new game where he can do what he wants.
Exactly. And so
That which could go either way, because that sounds kind of scary letting Kojima do whatever he wants. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean,
Jordan
We'll see.
Peele up
yeah.
in there
To,
and
to,
shit?
to
Yeah,
be
right?
honest, to play devil's advocate,
I don't
when
think that's this, though.
When Kojima had Metal Gear 2, Metal Gear 3, Metal Gear 4, even Metal Gear 5, he always had someone to kind of rein him down a little bit of some ideas. Because I heard some ideas that he had during development that he wanted to do, and I was like, oh, that would have made the game so much worse. I'm glad whoever was in
Damn.
his corner was like, hey, bro, listen, you creative and shit, but you calm down, bro.
yeah, I'm gonna need you to relax.
I'm gonna need you to relax, all right? So yeah, I also have that.
Not
idea
everyone's on
that
the same drugs.
Kojima does need someone to kind of. I mean, you should in any creative thing, you should always have someone who's willing to like, hey man, yeah, there's a little, let's bring you down to reality a bit. How about this though?
Yeah.
But so that game is coming out 2030 at the earliest, right? And my thinking is, Konami, for the love of God, if you do not make like this is your time frame to like release a good Metal Gear Solid game, because
No.
if not, just sell all your franchises.
No.
Bro. This is my
No.
last
It's their
plea
cash cow.
because
They're not gonna.
No.
what
They're
cash
too
cow?
stupid.
They're not.
They're too dumb. Like, I'm sorry, they're too dumb. They let the Castlevania fucking wave just disappear. Like,
Yep.
they
That was huge. That was a huge.
these
That
guys
was
are
a
fail.
dumb.
huge
Like,
fail, dude.
these guys are dumb. I'm sorry. Like, I don't see it happening. They just released the Metal Gear Solid. They're trying to release the collections and they're trash. Like, again. Like,
Again.
nah, bro. Like, I have zero. Like, maybe they will. If they do, Konami's in that state. Like, where if they do, I'll be very surprised. Right? They're in the state that Capcom was in a few years ago. They're in the state that Square was in a few years ago. But Konami is much worse because they don't have any. They don't really have the IPs to fucking, just come in and swing and shit. They don't have like Street Fighter, Devil May Cry, fucking Monster Hunter, all these big. They have like what? Castlevania, Metal Gear. I can't even remember what the fuck Konami has. That's how bad it is. Like, so
No, but I think Konami owns a lot of shit. Like they
I'm
have,
sure they do. I just don't remember any of them.
Yeah,
Like,
because they don't have the talent or the
Neither do
talent.
they.
They don't have the talent.
Silent Hill, but Silent Hill personally, I don't know. I'm sure people love it. Silent Hill was never that big of a franchise to me. I don't know how it did sales wise, but I don't think it did that amazing, or I would have known about it. I don't know. Obviously, Resident Evil took that.
I was more of a Resident Evil person.
Yeah, Resident Evil won that battle. But I don't know, man. I can't think off the top of my head of what IPs Konami even owns.
Bloody Roar. They own a lot of the franchises.
So dead. Yeah, well, you know we're never getting that again. Bomberman, okay. They milked the fuck out of Bomberman. Like, come on.
Contra.
Oh,
Dance Revolution.
Yeah, they have some shit.
They
have that's what I'm saying. They have stuff that where they can make a comeback, but they just don't have the talent.
I don't think any of those names. I personally don't think any of those names are big enough for a comeback, for a quote unquote comeback. Not even that. I don't think any of those IPs are big enough. Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't count.
No, like, Yu-Gi-Oh is its own monster.
It doesn't.
Yu-Gi-Oh
doesn't
is
really
a fucking
Zone of the
multimedia
Enders
franchise in of itself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Zone. That's definitely more for like the niches. That's not big enough.
What did you just say?
Zone of the Enders.
Zone of the Enders.
Nobody playing that shit. Nobody cared about that shit. The only reason people even cared about that was for the fucking
Kojima.
Nah, because of the fucking demo for what's it called?
For
fucking was it
Metal Gear
MGS2?
Solid 2? Yeah. Metal Gear Solid demo.
Yeah.
You man give a fuck about that shit. I'm sorry. Those games were not that great.
Yeah.
Adventure Island?
Shut up. You see what I'm saying? You're proving my point. Like a lot of these IPs aren't big enough for them to be like, oh yeah, we're back, right?
Castlevania and Silent Hill are the biggest ones. Castlevania and Silent Hill.
But
Metal Gear.
But even if they had those IPs, like they just don't take advantage, as per evidence from like Castlevania, and that ship has sailed because it just sailed. And now all they have is Metal Gear, but no.
I personally don't think it's sailed because all you got to do is just make a good fucking game. You just make a good game, and it'll do the work itself. Just make a game. Oh my god, I don't understand. Konami is like the most frustrating shit ever because
it is.
I grew up playing a lot of that shit.
I used to love Konami.
Remember hearing that? Like, remember that shit? Like,
fucking Turtles in Time, baby.
Like,
Turtles in Time, bro.
Because of Castlevania, Metal Gear,
like damn,
and
bro.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Like Konami was like one of my favorite fucking publisher. I was just like I was like between Capcom and Konami. You know what I mean? Like it was. It used to be insane, man. And I can't believe they missed out on that wave for Castlevania. Like you had every opportunity to make a brand new Castlevania game of some kind, and they made a mobile game.
Could you imagine a dope ass 3D Castlevania game? That's like fucking.
Yes, it's called Lords of Shadow.
Yeah.
No, please shut up. Like, like just go get like Platinum Games or something to make the combat for a Castlevania game, and, or like the God of War, like do something like Lords of Shadow was basically fucking God of War, but like do something fun with Castlevania, please, because I'm not really interested in. Yeah, we can keep getting 2D Castlevania games, but that's not AAA. I want a AAA Castlevania. You can make a AAA 2D game, yes, but nah. That's not what I want from Castlevania right now. I want Lament of fucking Innocence, like Lords of Shadow type shit.
They could absolutely just do this, what has been done or being done by Metroid, where they released Dread and now they got Metroid Prime 4 and Prince of Persia. Got a sick ass Prince of Persia 2D side scrolling game.
It's coming out, bro.
Do they have Metroid Prime 4?
Side scrolling. Who knows? They could absolutely drop a bomb ass 2D side scrolling game on Switch.
Prince of Persia didn't sell
everything. True, but
you know what I'm saying? So like, just fucking revive Castlevania with a AAA 3D game. Just do it. Like, you have all this pachinko money. What the fuck are you doing, man?
They
gonna spend all the
they're making more pachinkos.
Yeah, exactly. They gonna spend their budget on fucking having the crazy ass Unreal Engine 5 cutscenes at the pachinko machine. Like, can't believe it. And then then we get this. Wait, we're still getting that fucking Metal Gear Solid 3. What is it, Delta or some shit like that?
Delta.
Yes, that remake.
Bro, if that shit is ass, I'm done with Konami,
It's
bro.
it's
My
it's a
favorite, one of
wrap.
my favorite games of all time. That shit is ass. It's over, bro. Done with them. They can just bury themselves.
Kojima involved. I don't.
It doesn't matter. You don't need Kojima to make a fucking remake.
It's literally like it literally seems like they're just making a 1-to-1 remake with better graphics.
Yeah, but they can fuck that up. You can fuck that
I
up.
know,
It's very
I
easy to
know.
fuck that up.
Exactly.
And if anyone
yeah.
can fuck it
Like-
up, sure is gonna be
Konami.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, oh,
listen.
microtransactions. Oh, you want some fucking, you want your camos and buy
Oh,
them.
you want your camo? Fucking
Yeah.
$5
Need more-
a camo,
You
bro.
need more silencers for your gun.
Yeah. You need some snakes to eat? Here you go.
Oh, you need ammo? Oh man.
Konami would do this. Konami would
man.
do this, bro.
Well, man, I just kind of hope whoever's in charge kind of steps down, bro. But
They making
anyway,
keep making them rich. Why would they make them stand down? Yeah, he making them rich. Hell no.
Yeah. Well,
Those Pachinko
in any
machines
case-
booming. Apparently.
Well, in any case, Kojima may give us one more, espionage game. Which
How
I'm
old is
definitely
Kojima?
Looking forward to it. I think he's
in his
probably
50s,
looking
I think, right?
Interesting.
50s.
You're looking
Yeah,
old, man.
I'm surprised Jeff didn't hop out of the fucking background with the. Like,
No,
damn.
Jeff is flying over Japan right now,
Kojima
bro.
is 60 years
He saw,
old.
he saw,
Damn, that's
he
crazy.
saw that trailer. He saw that.
He saw that trailer. He was like, "All right, Kojima, I'll be there tonight. Got the drinks ready." Like,
I want someone to look at me the way Jeff Keighley looks at Kojima.
for real.
Bro, look, Jeff Keighley's
For
gonna get
real.
married to someone, and then she's gonna look at how he looks at Kojima. and feel
Oh
some
man,
type
she can
of
be like,
way.
"Man, why don't you should have married him instead?" Like, damn, that's crazy. I love Kojima
Well,
though, man. I'm excited to see what he does.
I gotta say, I am excited. I'm super
I
excited.
mean,
for
I'm
whatever it's gonna
I'm
be.
I'm
excited.
downloading Death Stranding as we speak.
I'm excited, but I do feel that, and I kind of maintain this idea that Kojima's kind of low key done with games, and he's trying to make his move into the movie career business somehow,
Yeah.
some way,
Possibly.
I mean,
because he's already making a movie on Death Stranding. That's in development right now, and I think he's going to use that to jump the bridge into it. So
I
after
mean,
that
when you're
point,
creative, you want your shit. You want to, make
well,
your fucking.
he always wanted to do that, though.
Yeah,
That's
when
what he
you're
always wanted
creative,
to
you
do.
want to stomp. You want to have your stamp on fucking everything at a certain point. He's getting to that age, right, where his legacy. Like, does he even have kids? I don't even know. I don't know anything about. Like,
I don't
I
think he
literally know
has
nothing about
kids.
Kojima, bro.
I don't
like-
think he does he? I don't think
be
he
I
that
don't
busy,
know.
I don't think kids are a factor.
Who knows?
I think he fucking, but I don't think he has kids. I don't know.
I don't
Wait,
know.
what does Google say?
I'm looking right now. I don't see anything.
I think he has a son.
Oh, he has a son. Okay.
Yeah,
He does? Oh wow.
says the Kojima and
Who
wife
thought?
debating on naming son either Michael or Fragile
Fragile
Baby Man.
baby man. Yo, Kojima needs to get off the drugs, man. Kojima needs to get off the drugs ASAP,
what
man.
a
This is
troll.
Reddit, so I take it with a grain of salt.
Oh,
No,
yes,
but-
then
But it's Kojima, so I don't take it with a grain of salt.
That's
like-
true too.
he
take it
has
with
two
a-
kids
Let's
apparently.
take it with a huge grain of
Apparently.
LSD.
Yeah, right.
Whatever the Kojima was taking.
All right, well, he has two kids. There you go.
I didn't know that. I feel like he's one of those
Very private, man,
figures where I
He's very
don't
private.
even want to know his private shit because he's so like enigmatic, right? I just be like, I don't even want to know. Like whenever he pops up on stage, I just want that to be hit like a moment. Because whenever Kojima pops up on stage, it's like, oh shit, what's he gonna show now? Like Kojima is just that guy. I hate to say it, like I hate to, but like
I mean,
it's
hey,
true.
man,
Like
the kids know when Uncle Jeff comes over, they gotta leave the room.
yeah, right. Like Kojima's he's just dope.
Sorry.
He's fire.
Nah, Kojima's the best, man. I love Kojima. Even though he's
The thing about
nuts.
Kojima though, he doesn't seem pretentious. That's the thing about it, right? He doesn't seem like a. I don't want to say names, but y'all know who I'm. Naughty Dog. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to say no names, but he doesn't seem like pretentious like that. He seems like he just enjoys what he does
Yeah.
and likes drugs.
My
I
favorite
don't
thing
know.
is
Oh yeah,
when-
he has to do the amount of drugs that he has to do
Oh, yeah.
to make the shit that he makes. There's no
My
way.
my favorite game is the Twitter game where it's like, did Kojima like this movie? Because
Yeah, if he makes like an essay
watches
about it,
the
you know he
movie
liked
and he
it.
tweets about it, and if he writes a long thing, he loved it. And if he just says, "I just saw,"
Oh,
for
I
example, the
just saw
most recent
movie.
one, "I just saw Aquaman 2." Someone replies, "He fucking hated
He
it."
hated it. Yeah, I love that, man,
That's
bro.
my
Like,
favorite thing now. Ugh.
Yeah. So
That's
all in all, that was the Sony State of Play. So it was alright.
it was.
overall.
I gave it a C.
Upon retrospect, I did think they didn't have a lot of new things that they announced. I mean, some of the stuff was new that we didn't know about,
Yeah.
but there weren't like any bangers out there. I feel like they're just, giving updates
They
on
just
stuff, which is
showed stuff that I guess they usually show stuff that we are getting in the near future, in the next few months, right?
yeah.
They're gonna save their shit for later in the year, of course. But
Yeah.
But
I don't even. Oh wait, hold on a second.
Hmm.
Didn't they just announce? Actually, hold on. Let me see something.
Speaking of updates and bangers, though, Sony did announce an update today, or what is it? Did it leak or something like
Yeah,
that?
the handheld, right?
Working on a handheld.
Come on,
Mhm.
bro.
I feel like we've talked about this a ton. But, well, it was mostly because of the PlayStation
Well,
Portal.
we talked
right?
about the
Speculation.
idea of it,
Some
speculation,
speculation, yeah.
but it looks like the console handheld war is heating up because Sony's looking to get back in the game to take a
It's
hell
not
of a
heating
game.
up. They're gonna step up to the plate and get knocked out again.
Yeah.
They ain't
Yeah.
nothing heating up.
I
They
think
gonna
their
step
price
up.
point's
But-
probably going to be way off base if we're.
But
just-
you know what though? That handheld is probably gonna be pretty OD though. I'm not gonna lie because the Vita and the other one, the PlayStation Portable, were way ahead of its time.
Vita was the best piece of handheld tech ever, bro. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. To have an
That's what I'm
OLED
saying.
screen before we even had OLED TVs, like like the Vita, like the original one. I'm not talking about the one that came out after. I'm talking about the original Vita. That thing was a beast. I'm looking
Really
every
sad
time,
that I never
every time
got
it comes up. Yeah, every time it comes up, I just look over, just reach for mine, and I'm just like, this thing is like just holding this shit feels godlike. Like, what the fuck happened? This is an OLED screen from what year? 2011? What the fuck year did this come out?
2010.
2010? Like, bruh, the Vita was ahead of its
28.
time, and they just didn't support it. That's why I can't
2011.
get excited for a PlayStation handheld, because what they're gonna
Exactly.
do is the same shit they did for the Vita. They're gonna try to market it as, oh, it can play AAA PS3 like games on the handheld, and nobody fucking wants that. I'm sorry. People can argue that all they want. Nobody wants that shit, right? If an Uncharted game, because remember, what was that game? Uncharted something, Golden something. I don't remember what the fuck
Golden
it was.
Abyss, I think it was.
Yeah.
The Golden Abyss.
It was great, but then I was like, why wouldn't I just want an Uncharted 3 or a console Uncharted game? Like, nobody buys a fucking handheld for shit like that. I bought a Vita to play Persona 4 Golden, which is that was like the best game of all time. I don't give a fuck. Fucking think about it. The best games on the Vita were the Japanese, like, smaller, like, budget type games, right? It wasn't even like the AAA, the Killzone. They had a
Peace
Killzone
Walker
game.
Peace Walker was godlike. Peace
Walker was on
Peace
PSP
was on
though.
PSP. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I'm
that
talking
was
about the
on
Vita.
PSP?
Yeah, I'm talking about the Vita. Yeah.
Sorry, I confused the two.
Yeah. I mean, but even the PSP, right? Like, Peace Walker, you could tell was meant for a handheld like thing, right?
Yeah.
It even
They had a lot
had
of
the
good games
cool
on the
features,
PSP as
like
well.
the ad hoc features, which was cool as fuck. Like, that game was meant for like a PSP. There were games that were meant for these shits. When you play
Loco
games like
Roco.
Uncharted, yeah, and you use like the gyro and shit or whatever,
Yeah.
fucking games like Killzone and Uncharted, I'm like, I could just play that on a fucking PS3 or something. But I want this downscale version of that. Give me something that feels like a good handheld game, like the majority of the Switch games, right? A lot of those games, like Octopath Traveler and a lot of 3DS games, right? That's why the Switch is so successful, because they were able to just bring a lot of those 3DS games onto the Switch, and it felt like a natural thing. Playing AAA quote unquote type games on a handheld isn't natural to me. I don't give a fuck about any of that. So, and I have a feeling they're gonna do it the same way. They're gonna market it the same way.
Yep.
And no one's gonna give a fuck. And you know who's not gonna give a fuck? Japan. Because keep in mind, when the Vita came out, that shit was a flop. Actually, so was the 3DS. It's funny how both of those things worked. They both were flops when they first came out, and then the Japanese games started coming out. And then Japan loved the fucking Vita, right? And then the second version came out, and then Japan loved it even more. But I don't know, man. Sony just needs to focus on making the games, man. And just looking at how they're treating PS5, what the fuck are they gonna do with a handheld? Hello?
Exactly.
Like, y'all just
Wasting-
focus on something. Like,
Fucking wasting resources on a remote play.
what are we gonna get? We're gonna get another Last of Us fucking port. We're gonna get. Oh man, check it out. We're gonna have the PlayStation Portable 2 fucking Last of Us edition. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Aren't they looking
Yeah,
for
now,
give
now
them
my
any
heart
ideas,
could break.
man.
performance?
Now my heart
on
could
it,
break
too?
on the go, baby.
What is that
They're
for?
looking- They're looking for it to have like PS5 performance or 2, right? Like they're.
Man, shut the.
What?
I mean, it's
Fuck outta
like
That'd be incredible, actually.
I mean,
Yeah, with
yeah,
with an hour and a half battery life.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the PS when the
Yeah,
PSP
but-
came out, it came out before the PS3, and it had like almost. It wasn't like PS.
It had early generation PS2 graphics.
Close,
Yeah,
yeah, it was
PS2
very
quality,
close to
yes.
PS2 quality graphics, right? Like it couldn't like do everything the PS2 could do, but it did a lot. It went far.
Bro, just let Nintendo like, you lost. It's over for you, man. Just let Nintendo just be king to the fucking market, man. Get the fuck out of here. Like, I get it. They want to solidify themselves again because the PSP was great, but even the PSP didn't sell like that.
Mhm,
The
mhm.
PSP got destroyed by the fucking DS. Like, and I hate to like compare it, but that's why they and ultimately just didn't care. Like, the Vita came out how many years ago? It's been over a decade. Like, and my thing is, if this is true, right, and they wanted to make this handheld, why the fuck did they release this garbage ass fucking PlayStation Portal, bro? Like, because now you're gonna have two handheld devices, quote unquote, on the market, right? If this is true, you're gonna have two handheld devices on the market. One of them, I don't know. I think that's a little weird to me. I don't know. Something doesn't seem right with this, but I guess they said AMD is working on the chipset for this thing, right?
Yeah.
So I guess AMD. I don't know. If anything, if I was AMD, I'd be like, yeah, we want to compete with it. We want to compete with Nvidia and the Switch. So make us let's make a handheld. That could make sense. Yeah.
I think though if they're shooting for like PS4 between PS4 PS5 quality, like it would make sense between PS4 PS5 quality, like performance,
To play
because then
what, though?
then you're looking at 1080p. They're not gonna go above 1080p on the screen, right?
To play what?
But that's the thing. Like I think that's the
Oh.
issue because it's the same thing. They're falling in the same trap that they did with the Vita, where it's like they're trying
Exactly.
to provide
What are
a
you playing on that?
console-like experience, and it's like,
Oh.
why would you prefer to play it? Why wouldn't you just play it on your console? Like there's a small market. You're aiming for a
PSP
small
had
market.
Ratchet and Clank smaller, like
Yeah.
which made sense.
Yeah.
PSP had Crisis Core, which made sense. PSP had Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, which made sense. Some of these games where you could tell were structured for this thing. Like Loco Roco, Godlike. I love that game. Fucking there was hella games that were on that thing that
Patapon.
like
Remember Patapon?
fucking
That shit was dope.
Daxter, like
Daxter.
Secret Agent Clank, bro. Like, come on, shit like that made sense.
Companion
I don't
games.
know. I don't know, man. Exactly. That's exactly what it is, right? So, I don't know. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Those are
Okay,
games
so
tailored for a
I,
handheld experience. Sorry, go ahead, Val.
if it's cool, I'm gonna buy it anyway, right? So, whatever.
I just read this just as a caveat. It's saying the handheld's meant for the PS6 family of products, so it's years out. So
Makes sense. It'd be kind of stupid to put it out now because
Yeah.
And the Switch 2 gonna come out and no one's gonna give a fuck about a PlayStation handheld.
I think that puts
Yeah,
it even
Especially
further
because if it's
behind the
that
curve,
powerful,
though.
it's gonna be like $500, $400, $600. So
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The price is definitely gonna be. They're gonna miss on the price 100%.
I don't want that. The thing is, I just don't want it.
Yeah.
Like, and me personally, I've never actually wanted a PlayStation handheld. I've gotten them because there's been games on there that I like, right?
Yeah.
That I want. The Vita I ended up buying because it was literally like 3 or 4 games that I wanted, and that was it,
Yeah.
right?
The PSP.
But then
I
you look at
wanted.
the 3DS, and it's like, look at that library of games.
Yeah.
Look at the Switch. Like, come on. I don't know.
The PSP was something that I remember wanting off rip, and it wasn't just because of the games, right? Because upon launch they didn't have many games. I remember
one of the UMDs.
I played FIFA and Need for Speed Underground.
You one of those ugly ass UMDs.
I like the idea of UMDs. Watching
Mhm.
mostly on my PSP. What I did, I'd watch Spider-Man 2 over and over again on that.
Yeah, but
UMD.
that was the thing.
thought it
That was the
interesting.
Sony thing back in the day, though.
Yeah.
That they don't do that anymore. The Sony thing was
That's
they
what
always
did.
released
They
a
did
console.
that with PS2s and PS3s, right?
Yeah, the
Blu-rays
consoles
and
were
DVDs.
always doing things that
pushing
were
technology.
exactly. So nothing they do now is we don't know, right? But as far as I can see, nothing they do now is going to be revolutionary.
Or innovative.
Like, especially like, I don't fucking know. The only thing that would have been cool to me, which is why I brought up the PlayStation Portal, is because if you're gonna release a new handheld, what the fuck is the point of this? The fucking new PSP should do what the Portal does, plus play games. Like,
no.
so
Absolutely.
I don't know. What the fuck, bro?
Yeah,
It should be able to stream PS5 games and play games. So why put the Portal up? Stupid.
Well,
Yeah,
they
I
wanted to
don't-
put the
I don't
portal
know.
out now. I think this is something that's gonna be.
Stupid.
I think if they're announcing it, it's definitely like something that they're just like it's in development and we're not going to see it for years. And by the
Especially when
time
we're
we
in an
see
era
it,
where
it's not gonna
games
be
are so
relevant.
expensive. People getting laid off all over the place. The
Mhm.
only people that's getting away with, the only place you're getting away with making games like that is on a Switch or on PC.
Yep.
Like, I don't know, man. That's a very weird decision, but Sony's been making very weird decisions lately anyway. But if it's years, if we don't know what things are going to be like by the PS6 generation, so who knows? We have zero idea what to expect.
Maybe good. It may drop at a good price point. It may be shit. Sometimes it may
Might
be
be
good.
good, might
Sometimes
be
maybe shit.
shit.
I just know if I was Sony, bro, I would look at Nintendo's dominance on the market and not want to get in there. Like, I would just stick to what I do well, like, which is making good AAA first party games. Which, like, come on, man, they could be doing a little bit more of right now.
You think the success of the Steam Deck had something to do? with this?
Absolutely, everyone's gonna try to do this now.
Of course.
Like, of course, like. I think the success of the Steam Deck is probably what's pressuring Nintendo to make an actual competent fucking console next time.
Yeah.
So
It's a lot of the hubris from Sony, where it's like, you know, if they're doing this, how come we
Yep.
can't? You know what I mean? And then they get themselves.
the
stuck in
thing
that
is,
damn
they
hole.
absolutely can, but they don't have the track record. Like,
Yeah, but they also half-ass it.
yeah, they absolutely can.
Then they pull
Like-
off, because then what ends up happening is then they want to have exclusive game titles for the handheld device, and they split the development teams of like Guerrilla Games, like Insomniac, and they'll split those teams that are working on already established titles and bangers that you know are going to be hits on your console, and you're splitting
that's
them
fine,
to
'cause
work
that's
on
what
your
Nintendo did.
handheld, and you're delaying everything, and you're
I think that's fine because that's what
and they're not
Nintendo
doing it
did.
right.
But the thing is, like, they did it right. So they can just do it correctly, because that's all Nintendo did. That's why it was probably a no-brainer to make the Switch, because they could just consolidate all that shit into one thing.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't
They're
know.
already kings at that, and you could see
Yeah,
it with
so
every,
it
you
feels
could see
like-
it
it
with
feels
every
like making a
first-party
handheld-
Nintendo release. Every
Yeah,
time.
it feels like making a dedicated handheld is like going backwards, because Nintendo already went forward by just combining everything into one. Why would you want to split everything again by making a dedicated handheld? What the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. What the fuck?
You look
Sony
at the-
doesn't make any sense to me anyway.
You look at the games
But-
that dropped on the Switch too when it first came out, right? With like Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey. These were like experiences where people were just like, oh wow, like this is possible. They actually did it. And then now you're looking at Super Mario Wonder and Tears of the Kingdom, and you're like, what kind of black magic did they pull to improve upon those games which are already pushing the Switch to its
Yeah.
limits, right? Like these are
That's what happens when
fantastic
you
games
that's
that
what happens
come
when you
out.
commit to something
Two-
and actually fucking
two-
care about your shit.
2 honey packets, 2 solid games that were in the Game of
Two
the
honey
Year nominees. Tears of the
All
Kingdom
Sony,
and
Sony cares
Super
about
Mario
is
Wonder.
making fucking media franchises. They would have make fucking Last of Us, TV show, Last of Us. Where's the movie? Last of Us 80 billion remakes.
Yeah, but
like-
I think we're getting Last of Us handheld
Of games that
remastered.
came out not that long ago, by the way.
We're getting the Last of Us collection with this handheld.
Blow me.
No, come on, bro.
Blow me.
I wonder if the Korean streamer will cut his PlayStation handheld in half.
I would. I would buy one just to throw it out a fucking window and record that shit and put it on fucking.
Can you
Fucking
please do
stupid.
that? Can you please do that?
Because if that's what they do, if they launch this thing with like some Last of Us bullshit or some Uncharted bullshit, I'm buying it. I'm gonna be like, y'all motherfuckers is garbage. This shit is not gonna sell. Like that shit is so
Please.
lame to me. I think the concept
Please
of, oh
film
yeah,
it.
we can play AAA games on there. I think that shit is garbage. Like, even me, like, I'd buy a stream deck not to play motherfucking God of War and fucking Dragon's Dogma and any AAA game, like, you know, recent AAA game, Horizon Zero Dawn, all that shit. I'm not buying that shit to play that.
Nope.
I'm buying that shit to play shit like Hades or motherfucking an old Final Fantasy game or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you know, I
Monster
agree
Hunter
with you
Rise.
because I remember when I had like the GBA
Mhm.
and other handheld stuff. Like the reason I played those games was for the games they don't no longer make currently. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
those
like,
old
I
games
wasn't
that I
playing-
kind of like.
there was
Like
hella
2D
Killzone
games that I
games.
kind of like, you know, like there was
Yeah,
so
they
many
were.
good
I think
games.
there was like a SOCOM game, or there was hella Killzone games on the PSP. I think there was like there were a
Yeah.
lot of those, like they tried to make like AAA games, and those are not the games that I bought. I did not want those. I wanted like the little spin-offs, the little, you know, Secret Agent Clank, Daxter, Crisis Core, whatever. The little tiny like Loco Roco. I wanted shit like that. I didn't give a fuck about playing. I could go turn on my PS2 or PS3 to play shit like that. But whatever, man.
Like I think that's what I
I
said.
know there's
also
a market
limits
for
yourself, yeah.
I know there's
absolutely.
people that are probably like, well, I want to play fucking The Last of Us. Well, I don't give a fuck.
Well,
like-
I'll give you an example, right? Because I had a Steam Deck, right, and I barely use it, right? But I barely use it because the time that I do have to sit down and game, I could just sit down in front of my PC or on my PlayStation.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the only reason why. But I tell you what, I went traveling, and back in September, I went traveling, and it was literally like the best thing to travel with. So there is a market for it. It's just so niche, right? Like, cause I played the shit out of Armored Core 4
If I'm
on
traveling-
the Steam Deck. But once I
Yeah,
got back to
mean,
my PC, I was playing at 120 FPS, not 60 on
Yeah.
the Steam Deck. You know what I
I
mean?
wouldn't be able to do that because I'd be more concerned about battery life. Because it's like,
I was just sitting next to a wall charger the whole time. You know, it depends, right? Like,
yeah,
it
but
depends.
at that point, well, yeah, if you're traveling, yeah, but at that point, if you're connected to the wall, you might as well just fucking, like, I don't know.
Yeah, but I wasn't home. I was out.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
wasn't-
Yeah.
I
So
didn't
that's
have
like
my
that niche
PlayStation with me. I
situation.
didn't
Yeah,
have my
yeah.
computer with me. That's right. It's,
Yeah,
a,
yeah,
it's,
you're
it's a
right. Yeah,
single
yeah.
situation, but that's the niche. There's people who travel a lot where all they have are laptops and handhelds, and I understand that. But like, if that's your sales market pitch, you know, like
Yeah,
sure,
that's not it.
That's not
it.
That's not a majority of people, though. You know. But
That
I
is
mean, hey,
not it.
like it depends. I think I honestly I agree with both of
People
you guys.
think the
I think
Switch
they should go
sold
individual
because-
like, games for it, right?
People think the Switch sold well because, oh, it's a console fucking handheld hybrid. No, it did not. It's so well because the fucking library is amazing. Fuck out of here. Like, nobody gives a fuck about it
Correct.
being handheld. Like, it's sold because the library is good.
Especially since like it was because of the Switch that they got third-party support back.
Yeah.
You know, so
Like,
once
so-
they
That
got
was the
that
Wii
back-
U and the
Yeah, exactly.
massive failure of that shit.
Yeah, don't nobody give a
They
fuck
needed
about
it.
no handheld. Like, no, I mean, yes, people do care. Like, obviously, I've owned every Nintendo handheld. I owned the PSP, Vita, all that shit. I had a motherfucking Game Gear back in the day. Rest in peace.
Hey,
Like,
That 6
like-
AA battery.
yeah, 6
eating
AA
monster.
batteries. Yeah, it was
blast
amazing.
processing.
Literally
heavy
lasted
as
2
hell.
fucking hours. Like, I like handheld games, but like in this day and age, that's a hard sell, man. Especially when we got phones that's probably gonna be more powerful than the shit anyway.
Mhm.
Like,
$1,000 handheld phone devices that
yeah, right.
are already with OLEDs
Yeah, exactly.
that are just pushing it. You know.
That's why I'm a little bit disappointed to hear that the Switch might be an LCD screen, but I expected that. Like, it's not like I didn't expect it, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna release the LCDs and then they're gonna release the OLEDs and then
Yeah, and
everyone's
I'm gonna buy
sell the
both like an idiot.
LCDs. They did get the exactly. Got them.
Excellent.
I think that thing is a mistake to drop the Switch 2 for $400 without an OLED though.
Without an OLED, yeah,
Uh,
I think that's
At that
ridiculous.
price point without an OLED, oh man, they better have that upgrade
But
quickly.
But you know what? That's why they got Mario
I
Kart
know.
9.
They got the bullets in the chamber, and like we can't say anything about.
They're not launching with
doing
Mario
that
Kart 9.
hostage.
Oh,
of course not, but they got
Metroid
it- they got it
Prime
on
4.
That
Oh,
makes
new
sense.
Mario?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes, yes.
Look, either one of those it's gonna be a wrap.
If they launch with Mario Kart, I'm gone. If that shit launches with Mario Kart, bro,
We're cooked.
If that shit launches
We're
with
cooked.
Mario Kart, bro. Oh my god. There's literally no hesitation. That's just a day one buy, like hour one pre-ordering instantly. If there's a Mario Kart at launch,
we're not even gonna be able to buy it because it's gonna get bought.
no, I'm gonna have a bot then. I'm gonna make sure I get a bot.
Waiting in line at the Nintendo store in despair.
Hell nah. I'm usually pretty good at getting the console when they come out. Fuck a bot. If it's a Mario Kart, I'm gonna have a bot.
Terrible experience.
Like,
I gave.
I'm gonna be one of the bots.
You're gonna
But
be,
yo, man, why can't I get a Switch? I'm gonna be snickered in the corner.
yep.
Fuck
Hey,
out
yo,
of here.
You want this Switch too, baby?
But yo, I got one. You know, I'll sell you one for $800.
$1,500.
Be a fucking scalper.
Yeah, exactly.
Not play with me.
Scalping and waiting in line, making sure you get your products.
A motherfucking Mario Kart, bro.
Getting cooked.
Come on, bro.
if
You
they
know it's
sell
coming.
Mario
It's
Kart.
either that or a new
They
Mario
got us.
game or
It's
it's
definitely gonna be a new Mario game. Definitely the Mario game. At least if it's not at launch, it's definitely gonna be within that year. And we definitely gonna
Yes.
get fucking Metroid Prime 4 has no choice but to launch with this thing. Because what the fuck else? What the fuck else are they waiting for? Like,
Exactly.
What we don't realize, or what most people don't, we realize it. What most people don't realize is that Nintendo already has us all held hostage, and we're gonna have to do what they say. And so they just got.
oh,
us
Nintendo's
in
had my fucking dick in a vice grip for like the past my entire life.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they've been clinching my balls for like what
Millions.
1990 something.
Yeah, Despair hasn't learned how to walk right since.
Yeah.
May as well call
What?
Nintendo
Yep,
sex
I'll be
offenders for how
limping
much-
all over the place. What?
But you
Whoa.
know who won't clinch your balls or will never hurt you? This podcast. So do us a favor.
I don't know about that.
Hit us with a like. If you're special and we get a Patreon, there'll be a special tier where Despair can put your balls in a vice grip. But join us.
Hey.
Hit that like. Join us on iTunes.
What did
Join
you
us
do?
on TikTok. Join us on Spotify. Google Podcasts is leaving. Who cares? Nobody listens to Google Podcasts anyway. But we got iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. Listen to us in any which way. But most importantly, just listen, subscribe, join up, and we'll catch you all next week for more gaming news, more tech, more whatever you guys want to talk about.
Rest in peace, Davida, man.
Rest in peace to Vita. I'm signing off with
Rest in
that.
peace, Davida, bro.
That's a sign off right there.